side from the child lights, she can cook a mean pot of Puerto Rican rice. This love can stop flights like protesters at O'Hare. Rita Lee heard me, said wifey ain't going nowhere. And all day, every day, thinking of my queen, beautiful in every way, dreaming about our dream team. The perfect daughter and a son to carry my name, my fame, just doing us, driving in fly lanes. And God's been telling me the stars are aligned, cause honestly I think about our future right in my mind. I think it's time for us to move another chess piece. Drink a little wine, take a vacation next week. I think it's time for us to move another chess piece. Drink a little wine, take a vacation next week.
Every day, all I do is think about us. Wonder why it took so long. Could it be love? I feel for you. In my free time, all I seem to do is think about us. Every day, all I do is think about us. Wonder why it took so long. Could it be love? I feel for you. In my free time, all I seem to do is think about us.
It's been a long while since we did a soiree. Alright. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is me, your boy Rico No Suave, ready to go on a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2 again. Tú sabes, mi gente, and bienvenido a todos de across the world. Everybody from the U.S. to Latin America to the U.K., welcome. Thank you guys so much for actually being back with me again on the actual show, everybody. And you know, it's such a great day in Chicago today. And you know why it's great? Because I have a special guest co-host with me today. I got this guy, he's an actor. I didn't even know, I just discovered that he sings as well too. I just discovered this. This guy is an awesome model. And I have to say, I am so privileged to actually have him on the show, co-hosting with me today. I want you guys to put your hands together for none other than my man, hermano, Marquise Martin Hayes. What up, Papa?
Muchas gracias, mano. ¿Cómo estás?
Man, Papa, good to
So
see
good to
you,
be
man.
with you today, man.
Man, welcome, man.
What a privilege and an honor. I love the work that you've been doing. The show is phenomenal.
Thank you, man.
You're ready.
I'm ready.
You're ready for it all.
We're ready.
Let's
Let's
do this,
get
man.
it. Let's
Let's
get
do
it
this.
on, man. Let's get it on. As you know, everybody, this month in June is Alzheimer's Health, Brain, and Awareness Month. Everyone, this is very, very, how can I say, critical, right? It's critical because a lot of our parents may have went through something like this. But now we're starting to discover that youth is also being affected by this as well. Now, when we talk about Alzheimer's and also in brain, it's kind of, how can I say it? It's kind of a way where we have to be careful in regards to what we eat
Absolutely.
and also how safe we are in this environment now.
Yeah.
Alzheimer's, of course, you know, my father was affected by that, you know, at an early age, I should say early age. When I say early age, because, you know, early age can be like 70 now, you know what I mean? Yeah. So he was actually starting to become a little bit forgetful, but he still knew who his kids were, right?
Beautiful.
There's also, we had people that was also on the actual show that I will talk, you know, throughout the rest of the month itself that actually have books in regards to Alzheimer's. So, you know, it's, when you think of Alzheimer's and stuff like that, what do you think about
Doc,
that?
the first thing that comes to mind for me is what we can control.
Yeah.
We can control what we eat and health things that are at least fundamental that can help us. There's a lot of research starting to show some linkages.
Yes.
From my perspective, I'm taking all precautions.
All right.
I'm taking all precautions. Charlie Munger of Berkshire Hathaway, he said any precaution he can take that will allow his life to extend longer, he takes them.
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm that way with my diet. I'm that way with my life. I try not to take too many risks
Yeah.
that I might have longevity. But it's one of those things that, as you said, now that it's starting to affect the younger generation, we've got work to do.
Yeah.
We've got work to do.
Yeah. My man, loving it. Because Alzheimer's, of course, we want to keep that logo up because we're going to be actually talking about organizations. Of course, I got an organization that we're going to be talking about doing a commercial break as well, too. But this is something that's really serious that I think that everyone should be aware of, right? And I know people are aware of the word, but they don't understand how it affects families, right, as well, too. And also how it affects the brain and how it eats away. And it's so good because it's so good to know about this and be aware of this because of previous guests that I had on the show to educate the show in regards to what Alzheimer's is all about. All right, everybody, I got to introduce this gentleman here. Oh, man, this is my guy. This is my guy. And how can I say this? He came on the show before. We rocked it out. He was here when we had our old set. But I have to say that this gentleman is an ex-NBA player, Harlem Globetrotter. Dun, 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 dun. Man, that was my guy. I mean, that's my guy. I call him my guy, but at the same time, too, I'm excited because he was a Harlem Globetrotter as well,
That's
too.
everything, man.
He is an entrepreneur, everybody. He's actually in the cannabis industry, and he's rocking it. I know he's also repping, of course, and representing RX Water. Big shout out to RX Water as well, too. I want you guys to stand up. If you got a basketball hoop, shoot it out. my man Robert Griffin. We call him Chief One Love. Let's go.
Let's go, Chief.
Yeah, let's go. Rocking the Rico No Suave show shirt. Let's see if we got him. Hey, I see you. Are you there? Can you hear us? I can't hear you. I think you're mute. He's not on mute. All right, I think we can't hear you. Hey Robert, we can't hear you all of a sudden.
Oh,
we having fun already.
We got to put some B-roll footage back in the day.
Right. Hold on. Yeah, we can't hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah, you can hear me.
Like I'm ready.
But I can't hear him. Hey, go ahead and say something again. It's Rick. Give us a second. Let's see if we can get you.
We'll get
Oh, okay. He said, hold on for 1 second. All right, okay. I knew. I mean, we did our sound check. I know we were good to go. Yeah, everybody. Man, thank you guys so much for joining us real quick as we actually get, as we get him squared away. Of course, this is what we do. We prepare for the show. We make sure everything is good to go before we get started. But Martin Hayes, a.k.a. the beginning, Marquise Martin Hayes. So, life's good?
Life is good. You want to hear something funny?
What's up?
Talking about this whole tech situation.
Yes.
I literally just told a story today about Elon Musk when he first unveiled his electric truck that had bulletproof glass.
Yeah.
They tested it on a glass sheet on set. Then they went by throwing a steel ball. It didn't break. Then they went on live TV and they threw it at the truck and it broke.
What?
True story. Next day, he lost $800 million.
Oh!
So it's not costing us that much money. We're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. That's all I'm saying. We tested it. We're going to be okay. But life is good, man. Life is good. Life is good. Life is good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this is good, man. This is good. Yeah, this is we got to make sure we get my man Robert back. We don't know what's going on as far as with the mute button on his phone. Well, we got to make sure we get him. We got to make sure we get him back.
We will. We're going to have to take a salsa break if not.
We got to talk. Yeah, we're going to have to take a salsa break. That's for sure. We might have to throw some salsa music on.
It's all good. It's all good.
We definitely love it. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. We got a big shout out to my man John T for free. Hey, hold on. Let's see if we can bring him in. Okay, are you there?
Man, I'm here. I think I got it under control.
Yes, sir.
You got it, bro.
Okay.
All right, man.
I think I had to dip out and dip back in real quick. Boy,
Okay. Hey, I'm just happy that you're here, man. I am happy that you're here with us right now, Papa.
Most
you know what? I can tell that you're an NBA player or a former NBA player, or just an NBA player. You're still an NBA player to me. When you're sitting at the desk as if at the end of the game when they start asking questions, that's exactly how you say.
Hey, for real, that's what it's like. This is what it is. You know what it is, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right. Yeah, let's put his lower third on the bottom there. So, we have Robert Griffin here with me, former NBA Harlem Globetrotter. He is an entrepreneur. My man is here with us today. Hey, Rob, how you feeling, my man?
Man, I'm feeling peace, man. Can you still see me?
I can still see you. Yes, I can still see you, man. You're looking good, man. You're looking good. So let's get right into it, man. Let's get right into this, baby.
Yes,
so,
sir.
when we talk about that you played in the NBA, what was your favorite team to play for?
I'm gonna say this. Look, okay, yeah.
I see you. Go ahead.
You good.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
Well,
go right ahead. Answer that question. You good?
Well, my team is Detroit Pistons, right?
Okay.
Okay.
That's my hometown. You know what I mean? Like my home city.
Yep.
My home city. You know, yeah, yeah.
Detroit. D-Town. So,
Oh, it's like a delay.
yeah. So there's a delay.
Can
Yep.
you hear
So,
me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool.
Everything is good. So Detroit, so when you played for Detroit, who were some of the great players that you played with on that team?
Rasheed Wallace, Richard Hamilton, Chauncey Billups.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a lot. You got Tayshaun Prince was there. You got a lot of vets that was there, like Dale Davis was there, Antonio McDyess, Lindsey Hunter. We had a nice veteran squad, I shall say. That's when Ben Wallace actually left that year with the Bulls.
Yeah.
But my legendary team that I got a chance to do some action with was with the Bulls in '05. Pete Myers had actually brought me in there actually during the summer. It's crazy how that happened. I was down at the legendary gym. I think everybody know about Hoops in Chicago.
Uh-huh.
It's right across from the Oprah Studios, not too far from there. But yeah, I had a great night there one night with nothing but NBA guys in the gym, nothing but NBA scouts. It was at least probably 15, 20 teams in there, and it was a late night run. It was like from like 10, 11 to like 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those real late night runs, and we got a chance to express ourselves a little bit and had some teams in there.
Yeah.
And when I got done playing, it was a couple of teams that actually came off to the sideline, but Pete Myers was the first one that actually came over to me and was like, "Look, you don't need to come down here no more. We're gonna bring you out there to the Berto Center to the practice. We expect you there in the morning."
Right.
So from there, who took a liking to me real like is my bro, is Gennaro Pargo. I pretty much, I didn't even want to stay in a hotel or whatever. I pretty much stayed at his house. You know what I'm saying? The whole duration, man. He's a great guy. So, he seen me put in the work that whole summer, and then he seen what came out of it actually, that whole summer. So, because I was actually traveling from South Illinois, out south, South Scott, way out south to come downtown, and then I go, out north, you know what I'm saying? And then he just cut all that down for me. It was just like, here, you come out here and stay at the crib, bro. Stuff like that. So that was a great ordeal for me. And just to see, and that's like one of my legendary places because, MJ was my guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I modeled my game after him a little bit, man. Same height. The Bulls actually came to see me while I was in school.
Uh-huh.
And did like a measurement of my body, and actually me and like the GOAT, I'm calling the GOAT. We were very similar in size and length and body width and stuff. So, and I modeled my game after him again. So, that was an ideal spot. But to come home, to actually be here at the Pistons place, that was surreal. Because I'm from home. I'm from where we grow up. You watch your team play, and you like, man, is those things real? But it's definitely real. So I definitely had the chance, and I appreciate the Pistons for bringing me on. And it was John Hammond. He's actually the GM, the president of Orlando Magic right now. But yeah, they took a liking to me like early, like even from in high school. I knew a lot of the Piston guys. And then, when they seen my game flourish, it was,
So let me ask you a question. So Rob, so when, everybody, you gotta probably, excuse me because I know him as Chief, right? So when you hear Chief, I'm talking to Robert Griffin. But
But actually, a lot of guys in the NBA, that's when my name became real. You know, that's what a lot of NBA guys know me as. Is Chief too. You know,
Okay.
especially guys that I played with who been around me. Especially my guy Jaren Jackson, man. That's the OG coach right there. You know, he won it with the Spurs in like '99.
Nice.
Wow.
If I wasn't overseas or something or in that league when I was here playing, I would always go play with Jaren Jackson because he was coaching in the G League or even when the CBA was around real quick. But I was with the G League for a while with him. So, you know, you always keep that NBA presence around you. But Jaren Jackson really got everybody on that Chief real tough.
That's cool.
That's why I guess that's why we call you the Chief, man. You actually a chief in so many ways, you know.
Yes,
And
sir.
you know, my guy, man, it's just when I hear your story about you playing, you know, with some of the greats, right? With some of the greats itself, do you still keep in contact with some of those players?
Yeah, I keep in contact with a lot of veterans too, like that was older than me. See,
Yeah.
the NBA is really a fraternity. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay.
You build your relationships within once you get in, and then you try to find your way and learn how to be a pro baller. And it's just not just about basketball. It's a lot of stuff that go on off the court, and you have to be aware of, even in your everyday basketball life. But other than that. I talk to Derek Coleman all the time.
Yeah.
Derek Coleman was the #1 draft pick. And
Yeah.
he's my OG and a good mentor right now. Definitely, I connect with him a lot. Another guy, this is my brother, Monteen Cleaves.
Wow.
Nice.
I definitely want to give him his flowers, man, because when you're being a pro and you're trying to get to a certain level and you want to stay with it, those was one of those guys that kept me tight knit, kept me around the right things to be in the position to get on the NBA squad. Because one thing you have to do when you're coming up in the sport, you got to kind of stay around that type of talent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to be around where they're working out. So, those things, you build certain relationships. And so the league knows you're still on the right path because everybody have conversations. You know what I mean? So within that conversation, your name start building up, and then, teams start coming to check you out. Then you get brought to all these workouts and everything just off good relationships you build with certain NBA guys, because now they know who you are. Then they done worked out with you. So it's easy to vouch for you when it's time for you to go to a workout or something like that. You know what I mean? So building while you in the NBA is very key, or while you playing pro ball, period, man. Because it's not an easy thing. You know what I'm saying?
I think once you get into that, how can I say it? Once you get into what you call a kind of a frat in a way, because the NBA is a conglomerate of brotherhood, and also you got the WNBA with the sisterhood, right? So you actually have this whole, conglomerate of talent that you were actually a part of. And that's so cool because you guys are able to still keep in contact with each other, hooping, playing ball. And also, just talking like, just regular, you know what I mean? And I think that's the real cool thing about it. But also, the NBA players,
a lot of those guys kind of grew up in high school already knowing each other. So it's like when we finally make it to that plateau, it's almost like, remember us at this camp, or remember who was here. So it's really like, it's not, we don't know each other. It's just we're here, and now we can really mesh and kick it up some more. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. Because
that's cool, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's cool.
Yeah.
You've been from Chicago, and you know a little bit about Michael Jordan. Have you kept in contact?
I lived in Chicago. That's my second city.
I'm sorry. I tried to make you a Chicagoan.
Okay.
Yeah, but look, don't get me wrong. I know everything about it. I lived there for a long time. I got a lot of history inside. That's why I just told you earlier on the phone. I was
Yeah.
like, man, I was supposed to be in that piece, you know.
Here.
I know, right here.
Yeah. So I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna make that trip on the 23rd, though.
Yes,
man.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, we definitely gonna have a nice show on the 23rd, man. I can't wait for you to actually come back down on that day. But man, and the reason why, of course, that I know you played also for the Bulls. You played for the Bulls as well too, and you did a little something with the Bulls. But what the reason why I call you a Chicagoan, man, I don't know. You're just like a brother. You know what I mean? Because we talk. And you know a lot about Chicago. You lived in Chicago, but I know you got your heart in Detroit too.
Yeah, I mean the Bulls. Even when I was there, with Chicago in '05, man, like they had me go like I was a player there already. They had me going up to the hospitals with Gennaro, Kurt Heinrich, Ben Gordon, and we had to go, see the kids, the kids that's really on like their last leg. And we had Benny the Bull with us now.
Yeah, wow. Benny the Bull.
Hey, look, man, that mascot right there, man. Hey, look, these kids was like on their last leg, but this dude, he's like a reckless, safe dude. Like he was just running stuff over. But like the kids was making them laugh. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
And I'm talking about when we walked in there, it looked like these kids was not about to make it, not one bit now. But when Benny the Bull came in there, it's like they face lit up and whatever he did recklessly, man, they laughed at it. And I'm talking about he was reckless in that hospital. I was looking like, me and the fellas was looking like, dude, is he allowed to do this? But,
right.
Hey, it's Benny the Bull,
He was in full character.
Full character, bro.
So, of course, I got my man Marquise here, man, and it's it's a pleasure to actually have him here as far as a special co-host. You have any questions for?
I do. I want to know. Because growing up, probably just like for you, Robert, watching the Harlem Globetrotters was like everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
How in the world did that transpire?
Oh man, it's a great story because I didn't think that was possible because I never was like, yo, I need to be on the Harlem Globetrotters, right?
Right.
So I was in Iowa. And I was playing in this new league they called the XBA. It was some league, but all I know I was in Iowa. It was like in some little small town of Iowa, and I actually played with Richard Dumas on that team. Richard Dumas that played with me?
Yeah, we know Dumas.
Hey, I got some stories. I got some stories, man. But we was on a road and we was coming from I want to say I think Idaho or something like that. It was a long bus ride. We won. We won there. I think we had a couple games or something like that. We won while we was there, but it was on a ride back. And after playing in that game, I was still just like, man, that's right. I really don't want to be in this league. All this and all like literally. And then look, my cell phone had rung, and it was Milton Barnes. I don't know if you remember Milton Barnes.
I do.
He coached at EMU and coached in a lot of colleges and pro. So Milton Barnes called me up, and it was the craziest call because while they was bringing me on, they was letting him go. So it was like it was almost like his request before, because he was going to bring me on anyway, I guess, or whatever. It was like his request amongst others who knew who I was. It was some people in the back that also shouted out for me too. But Milton Barnes gave me the call while I was on this bus ride coming from like North Dakota, Idaho, back to Iowa. And he was like, man, you want to come and play for the, and I think I had him on speakerphone or something like that. He's like, you want to come and play for the Harlem Globe? And I was just sitting there for a second, and the players that was on the bus heard it. It was like, dude, hell yeah. I'm like, yeah. I'm going to say yeah. Like, give me a chance.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. So it was like that next day. It was really like, hey, yeah, we're gonna get your stuff ready. We're gonna fly you out here to Quad Cities because they had a game in Quad Cities, and it was a
Yeah.
short flight from where I was at in Iowa.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I met them in Quad Cities after their game because I flew in late. So then all the owners and stuff came up to my hotel room and introduced me and came and met me and stuff like that. And then we
Wow.
was out the next day to play at the Bulls, played 2 games at the United Center, right?
Wow.
So my first game was going to be the second one, though. But when I seen the first one, I was like, oh my God. And then at halftime, I seen them do like the YMCA dance. I seen them do the YMCA dance, and it was crazy because who was on my? It was actually a Chicago native came on with me at the same. Oh, Paul McPherson. He's a
Paul
well-known
McPherson.
Chicago native and legend out there. He
Okay.
was on the team with me, and we was looking like, dog, we got to do the YMCA dance, bro. So then it was just like, and then, we thought about that, and then we knew the numbers of that check was right. So it was just like, YMCA, we gonna go ahead and do this dance at halftime, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was wild. It was an experience because it was almost like a party every night, man. But
Wow.
we work hard, I'm telling you, because every NBA gym we come to or every big college we come to, we play twice in one day. And we
Wow.
pack out the gym. And then we can't leave. They pick like several of us, up to five to 10 of sometimes, to sign balls after the game. And we do not leave until it's the last ball signed.
Wow.
So we really stay there for all the fans and so they can get a chance to meet us and just keep it going, man. That's it. But
Hey,
yeah,
Robert.
how I got to that was crazy, man. Because
Wow.
some dude was leaving and he was calling me to come and be on the squad. And,
Wow.
And I want to thank Milton Barnes for that because I actually didn't want to be where I was at that time, and it was like, oh, God answer my prayers in some way, form, or fashion. But then when I got to the Harlem Globes, man, the eye opener for me was they keep big time NBA presence. So every day at practice, we had about 5 to 10 scouts. So we have our regular Harlem Globe practice, and then we have a scrimmage. You know what I'm saying? So, and we was going, and we had some of the best guys in the world on that Harlem Globe team who could ball too. I played the real part of the Harlem Globe, and I did a little bit of the ring. We had a crew that did that, and Harlem Globe is as real as you can get, of course. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But I came there to be the more serious guy there. I do want to say that. But the guys on the team, the general, them dudes are actually playing defense. Them dudes are actually trying to almost kind of, really put a stop to what we do. But, the guys on the Harlem Globe, man, we work on that skill trait every day. So even if you think you may know a move we're going to do, a ring, we know how to switch it up and make it look so fluently that, some people think it's actually like foods or food. No, man, we doing drills every day. I don't even care if we party. We in our hotel room doing rings, like with the ball, so we know when we go out there on the court, we won't mess up.
You know what you're doing,
A whole
right?
bunch of people. And I had to learn my own ring first of all. It doesn't matter. You got to learn your own. You got to be in the middle of the circle and play with the ball. You got to do some tricks with it. So once you get on that team, it's like they give you the ball. You better be in your room, with that ball every day. Try to do some tricks because it is good. You take care of a lot of things. You take care of your family in this quality pay. Man. I didn't know they get paid that good until I got there. It was,
Hey, Robert, man. Hey, bro. Hey, my guy. Hey, by hearing this right now is what a Harlem Globetrotter goes through just to be perfect. And I have to say that you guys were perfect at what you did. Every shot that you basically made was it was a swish.
Yep.
I mean, it was crazy. Yep. And I have to say that Bro, when I used to watch the Harlem Globetrotter and I used to go to United Center and watch it, it was like, how do they not miss?
Yeah.
And if they did miss, one of the guys would look mad. Like, they would look like mad. Even though they're playing around, one of them, you could tell them they take it seriously, my man. Yeah. They take it seriously. Hey, Robert, we're going to take a quick commercial break real quick, okay? So,
cool.
Hey, everybody, if you don't know, my guy, Robert Griffin, is on the line with us alongside special co-host today, Marquise Martin Hayes. Let's get it on. All right, everybody, we're going to show you our social media video, everybody. So we'll be back in 30 seconds. Here we go, darling. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It's your boy Rico No Suave. Yes, we got none other than my man Robert Griffin. Let's see where we at. Hey, Rob. Hey, we got you on a different angle now. What's going on with that? Hey, we need you in the middle. Hey, tell Sheree to put your face in the middle. We got you on the side. Hey, yeah, what's going on, Sheree? What's going on there, man? We got it. Hey, we
get it together. Is that better right there? And then we got the prop for you too, my baby.
Right.
They work on placement.
I'm like, what y'all got going on there, man? I love it though. I love it, man. This is how production runs, man. Hey, you know, I'm super happy to actually have you here with us, man. And you already know, you got that splash water. It look like RX right there. Hey, tell us a little bit.
You know what it is, man.
I know.
You gotta bring it on there, man. You know you my guy, bro. You already know.
I know, man. We go back like RX.
We're going to transfer this energy right back to you, my baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. You know, Harlem Globetrotter, you know, of course, you know, being as specific of being perfect in their game. There was one story that you told us before, and I think, you know, of course, our audience was different now, and it's even bigger, which is thank God that it is. But there was the one time that you guys went to a restaurant. I don't know if it was it in Kentucky? I think it was in Kentucky where the food, there was a story that I want you to tell the audience in regards to I think it was pizza.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Tell us about that fun time when you guys were on the bus and going from there. Talk to us about that.
All right, we had we was coming from, I'm trying to think where it was coming from, but all I know was we was in Kentucky, and I think we was going to Louisville, matter of fact. But we was in Kentucky, and in Kentucky at that time, that was about 2003-ish, maybe 4-ish, maybe right around then. Okay. So they were building these, like food hubs. But it'd be like you'll be riding down the road, and it'd be like all in, and then it'd just be like a KFC, a Pizza Hut, and like a chicken place or something like that, or Hardee's there. But it'd be nothing else around it. It's just we just pulling up to this spot like. This the only thing. It was kind of weird looking because it had nothing there, right? So when we pulled up, man, we got off the bus. Everybody parked in front. I mean, we parked in front of KC. Everybody on that bus went into KFC. Maybe one dude went to was it Carl Jr. or Hardy right over there. I'm the only one that went to Pizza Hut. So At this time, Harlem Globe was, just finished their transition. We just partnered with Fubu. They
Okay.
just came out with the Fat Albert gear, like
Yeah.
the Fat Albert animated Harlem Globetrotter gear or whatever.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
So we had the velour. I was velour down. At that time, that was the velour jumpsuits. I was flying. You know what I mean?
We remember.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You had a velour, you just knew you was clean, right? But so our jumpsuit was that, right? So I walk into Pizza Hut, and when I walk in there, the lady just discredited me, right? You know how you walking in, you feeling good about something, right? And when I walked in there, she was like, You don't play for them. Why you got that on? Like, just dissed me right then and there. Like, I got the Harlem hat. I got the velour, red and blue and white hookup. I'm all the way down, and even we was wearing Reeboks at that time. Horrible. But I had my Reeboks on, so I'm all Harlem Globe down.
Right.
And she's like, man, you don't play with the Harlem Globe. I didn't even tell her nothing yet. I just walked through the door. So I didn't even say nothing. I said, oh, yeah? So I still didn't say nothing. I just said, just come and follow me real quick. I just had her follow. She came from behind the counter, followed me outside, and I just pointed at our long-ass tour bus. She seen that tour bus. She lost it, lost it. Like, oh my God, I give everybody free pizzas, pops, breadsticks, everything. If I could just come over here and take a picture, please. And I'm looking, I'm all chill. I'm like, oh, I thought I wasn't a Harlem Globe. You know what I mean? But I said, yeah, let me see what I can do. Now, this is one thing here. We had this old head on his name is Tex. Right, he's the team manager. He's been with the Harlem Globe forever. You know what I'm saying? And this is one guy on the bus. He's the oldest now, and he don't say too much. He don't crack a smile. He, is serious with her, right?
Yeah.
So I'm already thinking, like, man, do I really want to ask this dude for this lady to come on the bus? So I was like, bumping. I'm finna go holler at Tex. Tex my guy, bumping. So I got on there. I was like, Tex. Yo, Tex. He said, what's up, young fella? With the snarl on his face. I said, I got the lady over here at Pizza Hut, man. She want to give everybody pizzas, pops, and everything. If she could just come on the bus and take a few pictures with us. Just on the man, he had the hairy eyebrows. Now, them boys raised up and he lifted his head. He said, well, bring her on, brother. Man, that's the first time I seen that dude laugh since I didn't even know he could crack a smile, bro. But when I did that, wow, that actually solidified my spot on Harlem Globe because the Harlem Globetrotters is a cutthroat team, man. Like, you got to be on your stuff. They will bring you in that day and fly you out that night, and you don't even feel apart or look apart.
Wow.
So good thing I was lasting as long as I was lasting because I had G. Gervin on the team. George Gervin. His son was with me. I had a few people that I kind of knew, and we was vibing. And then it was like at that point, that was the defining point for me that when I did that, I guess when I got back on the bus, Tex and everybody was like, man, that's some real big stuff, man. You didn't think, what I'm saying? Because I brought everybody. Well, thanks to the lady, we still thought about it.
I negotiated
on the bus, and I was able to get everybody pops and pieces and all that. And even though we got paid well, to be on the road and stuff like that, but guys still cherish things like that. You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? And being able to break bread and just still kick it. So right then and there, after that, they was like, brother, for the rest of this tour trip, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You with us all the way. So
That's
I was
awesome.
like,
awesome.
woo.
Congratulations, brother. That's real talk.
Dude, I've seen so many people get cut so fast. That was the craziest time of ball I had, but it was like literally probably one of the funnest, man, because you playing. If you ain't on the road, you're in the gym, and then if you ain't in the gym, you at your room working on stuff, and then at night you just trying to get away, right? You just trying to like relieve that pressure, and it's almost like the OGs on there had their own like little boom boom room. You had your things to do every night. So every night was, we slept on the bus. You know what I mean? On the tour bus on the road, we slept on the bus. There was no sleeping while we got to wherever we got to.
Wow,
I promise you that. Going
Hey,
to the
so
mall.
there's people, Chief. There's people that's actually tuning in, and they do have some questions. There's one from John T. for free that has a question. He said, "I need to know how he practices ball handling." He said, "What is the Globetrotter's secret practices?" He's like, "Please, Rico, please ask him." I'm like, okay. So there's a two-part question to this, and secrets. I don't know if you can give out secrets, but I guess what is the general knowledge of ball handling for you as a player, as well as for being a Globetrotter, to be able to make sure that you try to be as perfect as you can?
Well, I was, of course, a shooter. Like I said, I led my team, and me and Joe Christmas pretty much led the Big Ten in three-point percentage from college. Every team I probably been on, I shot the ball very well. So I was the shooter on the Harlem Globes, even though I can handle and do all that stuff. We had certain guys that were specific at what they do. So we had like a dribbler and a ball handler. That's what he better work on every day in the reams to make it look like, so to make it look apart. You know what I'm saying? So no mess ups, no, none of that, because we have to wow this crowd, and they gotta understand we work very hard at what we do, and this is not fake out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody's dribbling for us, nobody's passing for us, nobody's shooting those shots for us. So the one secret I can tell you is you got to stay working on your craft. With the Harlem Globe, and on any league, though, you know what I'm saying. But the Harlem Globe is we try to be so precise in everything we do. You have to, you know what I'm saying. Even from the tricks to the half court shots, you don't like I say, we practice Harlem Globe stuff, and then guys scrimmage. So we are in the gym so much.
Yeah.
It's almost like you find your rhythm in your niche of when, and how or when you're going to make the shot. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a rhythm thing, and by you going in the gym so much and doing the same thing, you pretty much know like this is money once I'm releasing it. And it's about how you releasing it, and then from there it's cake. So I mean, that's why we can hit certain shots we hit in the gym that not your average person can hit, because they don't even really practice those shots. We have to practice those shots.
Yes,
and then scrimmage. You know what I mean? So we're in there practicing reams and going through everything we have to do for our game, and then scrimmaging for the NBA. Yeah, because guys still have admirations of still being in the NBA, even while they're on the Harlem Globe. Because you got to think about it; go hands in hand, right? Because if you have a base in the Harlem Globe, that's creating your fan base right there. So the NBA see like you know how to handle big crowds, you know what to do. You're creating a fan base. So when they pluck you from a Harlem Globe on to the NBA, it's really like almost by design. You know what I'm saying? It's just levels to it. So really.
Cool beans, man. Hey, that's hot, man. Hey, Rob, we got to take another quick commercial break. You already know we got my man Robert Griffin, former Harlem Globetrotter. We got the NBA player. We got my man, the actor, the model, the singer. Now I know he's a singer. My special co-host for today, Marquise Martin Hayes, in the building. All right, everybody, we got to talk about a little bit about Alzheimer's, right? And what does that mean as far as to us? So we're gonna bring up this. This event, right? The event itself that was here, as far as in Chicago itself. The past weekend, which was just this past weekend, it was called Ride to End Alzheimer's. New England cyclists had to put the brakes on riding through high winds. Now, I think people from all over the world was actually coming here to actually do this event. but it was all about, ending Alzheimer's. Another thing about it is that they raised over $670,000, for this actual event itself. And, when it comes down to, us ending Alzheimer's, it's ending in if the person is going to be here with us or not, right? And I think this is one of the biggest things about, when people actually go through things like this, is people on the outside that cares about them as a family member, right? So, I really love that this company is called Alzheimer's Association Chicago, right? And they're doing really great things for around the world, not just here in Chicago, but around the world as well. So this was awesome. And we're going to put up that helpline as well. 24/7 helpline, 800-272-3900, Alzheimer's Association Chicago.
That's good.
It's good.
That's good. I've got a friend whose mother has Alzheimer's, and she's journeying along Instagram, taking care of her mother and cherishing every moment she possibly can for those memories that she has.
Wow.
And as a friend,
yes,
even yesterday, I was like, hey, I'm cheering for you.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what that's like.
Right.
But you see it, and it's a lot. So I'm grateful that they have a helpline.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. And I think because of this, it's so great to actually have organizations to be able to have that guidance of what to do and how to do it, right? Because it's another type of a disease that you have to care for.
That's right.
For being young as well as old now, right? And of course, when we think of Alzheimer's, we do think of, our elderly, right? Our elderly folks as well. So, with this, man, I'm glad that I found this as well, too, to be able to spread the love for Alzheimer's Association in Chicago here, man.
Yeah,
so
man.
It's really good.
I'm
really
glad
good.
they did it, Rico. Just going back to you said a moment ago, the families.
Yes.
I know we think about the individual, but there's so many people that are impacted by it.
Yes.
And it's certainly grateful that they had that and they have the hotline. Yeah. Because I'm thinking about my friend, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to check in more. That whole strong fin conversation?
Yes.
We've got to check in on the families that are dealing with Alzheimer's.
Yes. Yeah, because it affects everyone, right?
Affects everyone.
Family and friends, right? And I think that's one of the biggest things that, that people don't see. That's a big effect.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because your heart's broken, right? And then you also get depressed, right? And we talk about mental health awareness as well, right? That goes along with it as well, right? So, it's some things that, that's very, timeline milestone of what we need to accomplish to be able to keep our loved one here.
That's right.
But also, what do we have to do to actually keep ourselves sane to go through it as well, too. So, everybody, make sure you guys, if you know anyone, please make sure you call that number, 800-272-3900, 24/7, Alzheimer's Association Chicago. We love you guys over there. All right, let's bring my man Robert back. Robert Griffin. Let's see if he's there. Hey, Robert, are you still there, sir? Are you still there?
Yeah. Salute to y'all guys out there for that Alzheimer's, man. That is a very big thing, man, with families. I would definitely love for them to come to Michigan, to our area with that same ordeal, man. I'd love to actually host a basketball game for them in Michigan if that's possible. That's how my grandparents had like dementia all the time before they passed away, and that's a big thing. My thing with that is try to help, as they get older, keep your people, check on them, make sure they brain, put them in some activities, because once that starts slowing down, man, that's when those things start really kicking in. So, so awareness is key for sure.
Yeah, and I think, like you said, there's different activities that you can do to keep your mind accurate, and I think that's good. I think that's good. So I tell people, make sure you dance, right?
Yes,
go out there and dance. Go out there and play an instrument. You know what I mean? Do something to keep yourself active. My mom's like 80, 84 right now. So, and I'm like, Mom, you got to dance. You got to go out and do something. Work out, Mom. You got to work out, do some boxing, So, I try to tell her, make sure you keep our mind active, you know what I mean? Exactly. So that's good. Hey, Chief, Robert Griffin. Everybody, you already know that's my man in the building.
So glad.
Chief in the building.
Yeah.
Hey, so
Yes, sir.
you know,
Yes, sir.
we gotta get to our last point, you know, because you are, yes, sir. Thank you so much. Represent.
You did. Rico no suave.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey,
And man,
you
it was
know,
great to meet you too, Marquise, too, on the show, man. You was a great
Pleasure,
co-host too,
man.
man. The show is lit, bro.
yeah,
Thank you, sir. We can't wait to have you here.
right.
Can you
Good job,
imagine?
Rico. Good job, Rico. Good job, buddy.
Thank you, man. Thank you, bro. Hey, you
Yeah,
know.
go ahead and ask me what you about to ask me, though.
Oh yeah, you know, because we could be talking all day. Oh, but check it out. And you know where we going to next, right? So you know we got to talk about that industry. We got to talk about that industry. So you're an entrepreneur and you started you're in the cannabis industry, right?
Yeah.
So talk to us a little bit about the name of your company. How's that going? And you know, where do you see this actually growing in the next few years?
Well, well, you know, me as a company man, I really creating a safe space in cannabis, right? I'm all about doing good business because when in the cannabis industry, there's a lot of corporate guys that came over don't understand this is a social thing, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta you gotta actually care about the people that works for you and working with you and helping you make money. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm all about. But a business that I consult with and partner with, like I said, is Indo. The founder is Don Lofton, man. Great business guy, great business mind. We done built something over there with Jay Heron, and the whole Indo family, man. Kara James, running the store out there in Indo. We created an atmosphere out there, man, that not a lot of people can do, actually. It's just about, you know, making sure, you know, we care about the customer and the people out there. That's really what it's about. And
Yeah,
making sure, you
it's
know,
good.
the people can get what they want, because I actually came about it from a healing standpoint. I started in the CBD realm, right?
Okay.
And I found out the CBD companies that I was working with were actually dealing with some of the biggest THC companies, and it was like, yo, Rob, we got something else for you.
Yeah.
Can you help us get here in these states and that such forth? So I was just like, yeah, I can help you get in some. I can help you get in some states. I got some connects. So from there, it really grew. I've been in the game for about 10 plus years on the legal side of
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
of companies getting to legal space with manufacturing, processing, or licensing at some, you know, some form, or just growing their brand or connecting them to the right people so they can get what they need done. I got a good few partners out there that I work with, family. My guy, Herb Gibson over there out, you know, Vegas, Cali. He's from Michigan, but he real big with Planet 13. I don't want to say all the stuff what he do, you know what I mean?
Sure.
But we bring companies in there and get them, you know, give them tours of Planet 13 from the back into the front, from the inside, seeing the works and introducing the owners to of Planet 13. And then of other companies, though, from Cali, from the East Coast to the South. I've been with the biggest company in Oklahoma called Hobart, and also deal with Relief Labs out there in Oklahoma. You name a state, I've been in it, I've been worked in it, and done did something in it, or helped somebody in there some way, form, or fashion. So that's my niche in the cannabis game. It's bringing a different type of world to the world I'm in. And here, I have to be with Indo. So that's my job, really. You know what I'm saying? To enlighten people about Indo. Really.
That's awesome, man.
That's good, man. Really.
Hey, you know, I think, you know, Indo, you know, when you hear Indo, you know, you think of, you know,
Indo
some of the
vibe.
songs, you know.
Yeah. You know what it is. And
I know. So when I love what you're doing in regards to that from a health standpoint, right?
Yeah,
because
for sure.
you know, sometimes, of course, I'm not gonna lie. When cannabis started opening up their facilities here in Chicago, it was like, a new Aldi's, and it was crazy because everybody and their grandmother was at the cannabis dispensary
Or standing outside around the corner waiting to get in.
Waiting to get in. Exactly,
Yeah,
and
it
I
became
knew.
legal, so they didn't have to go. They didn't have to go to the trap no more.
Exactly, exactly.
Except for the ones who live in the trap. You feel me?
Right,
But,
Right.
exactly.
you know, but it became safer for the people. They was like, "Oh yeah, we can actually go."
Yeah.
I mean, but it actually helps a lot of people. Like, it's medicine, man. And,
Right.
Yeah.
And it's
Right.
bad that it got the name that it had, for so
Right.
long. When it actually first came out in the world, they was using it for cars, all types of things. So,
Wow.
it was no control on it. So, pretty much, if you got a hold of it, I guess everybody could be rich, right? So they had to scrutinize it, and didn't want a certain amount of people, having the product or whatever. But it came full circle, and you can't deny medicine, right? Nobody want to keep on taking pills or opioids and getting addicted and tearing up their kidney or liver or everything like that, where you can actually just take a puff or get a good concentrate in your system or something like that from the cannabis. There's so many ways to take the product, and even without THC in it. So that's the thing.
Right.
Cannabis is not all about the THC.
Right.
It's all about what the medicine, what it provides, really. And THC is just very small. It's just that everybody sees that because everybody loves that effect, right? THC.
Yeah.
But once you start understanding the nuance of cannabis and actually what it does, a lot of people don't mind not having that effect, but having the overall cannabis effect and what it does for your body and how it heals and rejuvenates your cells and everything else, and actually makes you more alert than anything else, so that's why they're making shrooms legal, right?
Right.
Because it's psychedelic, and doctors actually already been giving this stuff to their patients for so long in so many ways, and in a pill form. So
Right.
why not?
Yeah.
Right. Why not
Start
make
doing
it?
it
Why not make
naturally.
it legal? Yeah.
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 Why
Yeah.
not?
In fact,
just
the irony-
it just makes sense, man. It just really makes sense.
Yeah.
But what doesn't make sense is, again, corporate coming in and not really understanding. Like, this is social. So
Right.
that's why it's been, a lot of up and downs and companies failing, because you got to care about your people, man. And
Yeah.
people don't want to work for anybody in the cannabis industry that they don't care about. Like, you don't care about me. We smoke this weed, whatever, and the socialness of the cannabis. I'm quite not like you. I can find another company that's doing this, and that's really coming. That's why a lot of people are kind of losing.
It's good. It's
Yeah.
good.
So you're about to say something.
So, ironically, to the point that Robert's talking about and the use of cannabis in and pharmaceutical, it's actually being used to treat dementia now. So we're talking about Alzheimer's much is being used.
Yeah.
It's being discovered how it can help slow the process and help
dementia.
healing. So it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
What a combo for tonight.
That's hot. Yeah.
Man, there you go. It's rejuvenating your cells too, man. That's what I'm saying. Like,
At first, people were thinking that it was killing,
Right.
killing the cells, because they thought it was just you smoking too much, and it was like it's really killing. But actually, it was more relaxing people, and also still just keeping them. Some people use it, of course, for anxiety, right? Anxiety
That's
as
what
well
I'm saying.
too, and
It
actually
helped them
keeping
bring
them
them-
down. But it wasn't like they were losing their brain cells. I still didn't believe that, right?
Yeah.
No, it's
Because people was good in regards to that afterwards, you know?
Well, it came down
mean,
to
when
they had to figure out how to make money with it first.
True.
Right.
Exactly.
right?
Hey, Robert,
So,
man. Hey, you know our time is up, man. I hate to cut this short, man.
Robert,
you know I hate
that's why I
to
wish
cut.
I was there, bro.
I know.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey, but Chief, man, I want to thank you for being on the show today. We got to put up the social media because we want the world to know how they can keep in contact with you. Of course, you already know at Chief One Love on
sir.
Instagram. You already know you can contact them there. We have another Instagram for you already, and this is what I like, Top Shelf Podcast. Make sure those underscores is in there. My man on Instagram throwing down on the Top Shelf Podcast as well too. We got two other Facebook as well. We got you at Robert Griffin on Facebook as well. So make sure you please don't go there and spam them. Make sure you just go in there and say hi. I saw you on the Rico No Suave show. Let's get it on. Make that connection. And last but not least, we got G1 Multimedia Group. You already know me, gente. Through sorry. We got my man there as well. Hey, we got I got to give some shout outs because they're saying, hey, everybody, you're good. He said, don't limit your identity. He said, very good interview. Thank you so much for tuning in as well, too. And then we also had another.
Identity. I like that.
Me too. Me too. And we got someone named Mara checking in as well, too. We got Ava Hickson. They're actually checking in as well, too. So Coaches is checking in as well, too. Thank you so much for checking in and sharing the love for our interview, my man, Robert Griffin. Hey, Rob, man, I want to thank you so much for being on the show with us, man. You already know, brother. Baby. Hey, I love you, bro. Rico No Suave show represent, man. Sir. I can't wait to see you when you come to the Shy, man. We're going to have a great time when you get here. You already know. RX Water, yes. Put that RX Water there.
And you know we're bringing it back to you, baby. Listen, man. You know what it is, man. We're not stopping this movement, man. And you coming along, Rico Suave.
All right. I got you. Hey, man, I see
Marquise. I can't forget about my guy, Marquise.
Hey, I love it, man. I love it.
About you, my boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, Marquise, I'm going to talk to you later, man. Have a great day. Hey, and keep doing what you're doing, man. Love you too much, man. I love you too much, bro.
All right, Chief.
That was Robert Griffin. I'll see you soon, man. Yeah. All right, everybody. We got to get out of here. Did you have a good time, man?
Bro, it's so good to be in the box with you, sir.
Come on, man.
Doing good. Thank
you for being on the show with me, man. Thank you so much, man.
My pleasure.
Hey, everybody, we got to show you our social media. Before we go, make sure you please go to our website at www.riconosuaveshow.com. That's where you find the archives. We're updating. We got highlight reels. We also have the full video as well, too. Our social media is actually there. And also you can see a little bit at the bottom of our Instagram. But if you want to be on the show, contact us, at the Rico No Suave Show. And we'll make sure we put you on the schedule. Here's our next one. Boom! Yeah, you already know. At Rico No Suave Show on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, make sure you go and follow us there right now. Go ahead and do that now. That'd be great. Yeah. And Facebook asked us to come back. So I said, forget about it. Okay, let's go. Dale. Rico No Suave Show. Make sure you go and like and love everything we're doing here. That's where we're at. We're back. All right. Our YouTubers,
Yes.
please. Let them know.
Rico No Suave Show.
That's what he said. You know what I mean? So make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the show. Do it right now. This is where we're at. And last but not least, we're on Mixcloud for all my podcasters out there. We go live and then we automatically turn it into audio. Mixcloud.com/Rico No Suave Show. Everybody, next week we are going to be taking a break. So we will be back on the 21st. We'll be back on the 21st of June. Yes, we have Prana, the songbird. She will be actually on the show with us, and she is a songbird as she sings. We might even have her sing a song while she's actually on the show with us. But I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in, but we'll see you back in 2 weeks, everybody. All right, everybody, we'll see you as we end off the show just like this. Die.